Today we're going to go over the basic workflow of AnimateDiff. The reason we're doing this workflow is so that when you work with one or other workflows in the future, you'll have a good understanding of these kinds of tasks. Creating animation morphing videos. Today we'll cover the basic AnimateDiff workflow. This workflow helps you understand future tasks with one or similar tools. We'll create an animation morphing video. First, load a checkpoint. Next, load a video by uploading a video file. I'll load a video that was made with Midjourney and Kling. It's not something with a lot of movement. I'll just bring in a simple one. We'll work with about 30 frames. Next, since we're going to use the AWPaint checkpoint, type AWPaint in the search bar. Then let's bring in the case sampler and all the basic clips and such. We'll also load all the text prompts. I'll place it at the bottom down below. Good. Let's reduce this and reduce that as well. Next, I'm going to load another one here. I'll bring in an image zoom effect. Instead of using newest, I'll use Valinear, which allows for a bit more aggressive control. I'll set the resolution to 1280 by 720, or maybe 869 by 512. It will certainly sell. 512, and then I will carefully place it like this. I will put this particular item right here, and then I will proceed to bring in control net. Since I will be specifically using depth, I will then load the depth map. Next, I will bring in the apply control net. Control net apply CON, so I will load the apply control net and then the control net itself. I'll also load the model. I'll place it like this. Change it to depth. Then, since we need to use the image as a depth map, set it to depth. Not this one, but this one. I'll connect as 15 SD15. I'll connect the conditioning positive and negative, and then I'll connect the positive and negative from the case sampler as well. Since what needs to go in between here is AnimateDiff, I'll load AnimateDiff. I'll bring in AnimateDiff, which can add movement. Then in the context options, since we're just going to add simple movement, I'll set it to standard static. I won't change the settings. I'll set it to linear. Then you can set it to V3. I'll connect the model to the model. Model to model, that's good. We'll proceed like this. Next, I'm going to connect this one here. That should do it. I'll set it up like this. Now, if you look here, we're almost done. Next, I'll remove the latent image. Before that, we're going to work on the video. For the settings, I'll set it to fix for now. Steps will be set to 28, CFG to 9, and the sampler to EMSD. It's EMSD Caras. I'll set the noise to 1, which is the maximum value. Then VA decode. Next, I'll bring in the video combine node. I'll move it up. For the video combine node, I'll use MP3. CRF will be set to 15 and the frame rate to 30. Since the original video is 30 frames per second, I'll set it to 30 as well. Please do that. Next, that's all set. Now, I'll connect the VA here and also connect the VA here. Then I'll use this format. So I'll pull this out like this, and with VA encode, you can also make it recognize images and detect their size. I'll connect it like this. This is how the image-to-image workflow is set up. I need to connect one more VA. Now it looks like all the connections are finished. I'll place this one at the top like this and set the control net to 0.5. I always set it to 0.5 when applying the control net. Next, select all of these and add a group node to the selected items on the right. Then I'll just adjust the size a bit like this. If you look here, you need to write a positive prompt here. For the positive prompt, here's what you'll do. Capture this screen using Windows plus Shift. Then tell ChatGPT, I'm going to make an animation, give me some commands. It will generate something for you. I'll just use that as is. You can paste it in like this. Next. For the negative prompt, I'll write it like this as well. Worst. You can just write it simply. Worst row nsf.node. Like this. And since we're going to proceed with 896 by 512, let's run it right away. If there's a problem, it'll show up in red. So just keep an eye on it as you work. A problem has already come up. Let's take a look. It seems there was an issue with the prompt, so let's check it out. This part is done. I'll tweak the colors. Okay, so we have this particular component which is clearly green, and then in stark contrast this other one right here is distinctly red. Now regarding the prompt that just appeared, what exactly is it asking for? Oh, I see, it's related to the VAD code. Please hold on for just a moment while I investigate this further. If you carefully observe the display here, you'll notice that the VA isn't properly connected at all. It's not linked up as it should be, and this is causing the problem. We need to ensure it's connected correctly like this, and then we can proceed with the next steps to resolve the issue. It showed that VA wasn't connected, so I fixed that. Next, I'll make this one red and this one yellow. Since I'm holding the mic in one hand right now, I'll do it one by one. I'll press Alt, move it up, and put it here. I'll make this one blue. All three will be blue, and the yellow one will also be blue. The primary controllet will be a vibrant yellow color, and I will specifically utilize this particular controllet for the Animate Deformer. Subsequently, I will proceed to make all of the previously faded blue input nodes a distinct and easily identifiable green color. Controllet yellow for the Animate Deformer, blue input nodes green. I'll adjust local flows. Since the controllet's weights need to be set, I'll watch the video and decide. Please keep the seed fixed for the animation. This is about making transformations, and on the cloud you can increase the step or CFG. Since it doesn't put too much load on the system, I think we can just proceed like this. I'll change the box color to yellow. The work seems to have gone well. The structure is a typical animate diff form, and it's shown in the video. As you can see, the video changes quickly like this. This is what we call morphing. It's morphing right now. It's being completely transformed. In the past, animate diff forms were typically created in this particular morphing style. And additionally, I'll just do a little bit of two-dimensional animation. Well, actually, it's not even that long ago, just about a year ago to be precise. Approximately a year ago, animation work and animation transformations were predominantly done in this very specific manner. And additionally, I'll try increasing the size. I'll set it to 1280 by 720, and I'll just leave the control net at 0.5. The weight is 0.5. So when you do a specific transformation, once these elements start moving, it changes in a really cool way. You can give it that morphing feel where it changes quickly and smoothly from moment to moment. If you run the feed randomly, it changes even more chaotically, giving the impression of frame by frame changes, so it can be used as an effect in After Effects. So it's a kind of technique, a technical skill that can be used briefly in a video. Among AI technologies, this Animate Diff V2V process is one of them. It's a video-to-video process. And when you do this work, the larger you make the size, the wider the area this tool covers, so the result becomes clearer. So the smaller the size, the flatter the result becomes. The larger it gets, the sharper and clearer it becomes, but the generation speed takes longer. Yellow doesn't look that great. Should I go with this one? Teal looks too dull. Oh, purple. Black. Black looks cool. Like this. And if you look at the Comfy UI, I got a message this morning saying you can change the node theme to this beta version. If you do it like this, Comfy is switching to a new workflow structure, so it can change instantly. I guess a lot of people have been asking about this. I really didn't like the new Comfy design either. I actually hated it. But once you get used to it, it does look nice, so I'll use it like this. And I'll group things together in the control section like this. I think the workflow itself is pretty good, so I'll just bundle everything together and use it that way, keeping it compact like this. More fun and cooler. Next, I'll minimize this as well. The positive prompt and negative prompt are set up like this. Besides that, well, since there's nothing else to adjust, I think we can use it as is. I'll use the workflow like this, right? It's a bit clearer now, isn't it? The morphing also feels a bit sharper, right? Good. You can also see the person in the back like this. Next, we're working with the frame rate capped at 30 frames per second. Right, but looking here, this part isn't visible again. Let's return it to the normal range, and if you work at 30 frames per second, you only need to work for 1 second. So you can just work at 30 frames like this. The workflow we've created now is a workflow made using control net depth, and you can adjust the frames here as you work. Since we tried this in the previous part, I hope you'll try making it yourself and create your own unique video like this. We'll wrap things up here.